Soul Family. Well, I'm needing to back up my iPhone that I just found. I found an old iPhone. How strange, I'm seeing things. I found an old iPhone which has text messages, emails, pictures on it. I'm pretty excited. It's from like 6 years ago. So I'm backing that up on my computer, and at the same time I'm charging my headset because I can't work on my website, my hotline, without my headset. So I'm charging. So while that's charging, we're gonna charge, right? So it's syncing the information into my phone, syncing information in, which is what we're gonna do as well. So I posted something earlier today on Facebook. I shared something actually. I don't know, I must have been listening to something else on YouTube and it popped up. And what it was a young woman who was explaining why she was no longer able or no longer willing to work with tarot cards. And I listened to her story, and it's precisely why I stopped using tarot or trying to learn it, because I never learned it, right? Spirit taught me how to read. They taught me how to read mostly by my animal messengers, but through music, through just visual, intuitive hits. We all have gifts, right? And I've been taught by Spirit, which is my Father, which is God, according to my belief system. And so spots on this glass. So I'm going to quickly share this with you guys. Oh, my neck. It's interesting. In my dreams, I remember when I went to the beer and wine garden, and I told you that girl came up and shoulder butted me, right? And yesterday my landlord came in and he was talking to me about this woman, and he was saying how this person was saying that Russian women are not only, I guess the person was in Russia looking for this special water. Think about water. Water is, to me, it's emotion or it's expression, right? Looking for this special water that they found this new, there's some, I don't know what it is, an ingredient. It's something that's been discovered that will purify all kinds of different things. So anyway, he's gone to Russia to do this, right? And while he's there, he sees these hookers. And they're beautiful. And he says, not only are the Russian hookers beautiful, they're incredibly intelligent. And he said, went down the street and he says, oh, I'm looking for this water. And this hooker says, oh, you mean the blah, 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 blah? And names it off. And he's like, oh, and I'm thinking to myself, why is she a hooker if she's so intelligent, right? But it brings me back to something that happened between my twin soul and I one day. And he said something, or I asked something, I can't remember what it was, and he kind of pulled away, and I said, I'm not a hooker. And he goes, who's a hooker? But ever since then, in my dreams, that's how I'm portrayed by whoever it is in his life that's not happy with me in his life, right? So there's a song right now called I'm a Hooker Selling Songs. Okay, hold on. So hooker is somebody who's, okay, it's Panic at the Disco. Okay, all my life been hustling, and tonight is my appraisal, because I'm a hooker selling songs. And my pimp is a record label. The world is full of demons, stocks and bonds, and Bible traders. So I do the deed, get up and leave. A climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Are you ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm going to be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up aces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. Look, I made it. Friends are happy for me. Or they're honeysuckle phonies. Then they celebrate my medals, or they want to take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you ever know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Are you ready for the sequel? Song. She's sweet, but she's psycho, right? So you're basically looking at the song, and if you watch the video of Panic at the Disco, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Now he gets to LA and he starts doing this, and he's sold his soul to the devil, basically. I'm a hooker selling music, my music. So it's, what are you willing to trade, right? You trade for whatever it is. You're a hooker if you are gonna trade your moral compass, your integrity, whatever it is. And so when he went there, it's kind of like that song that I love, and it's a country song, and it's by Stained. If you lose that wife and a couple of pounds, I'll make you a star. And I'm not going to remember lyrics. Thank you. Stained. Aaron Lewis is the lead singer for Stained, right? So here it is. It's called Country Boy. I grew up down an old dirt road in a town you wouldn't know, and my pops picked up the place for $1,500 back in 1964. My grandfather was a drinker back in the day. He put them down. But war is known to change a man, and the whiskey's known to change a man. But that's not me. I rarely drink from the bottle, but I smoke a little weed. I still live in the sticks where you wouldn't go, in a town of 1,200 off an old dirt road, and a country boy is all I'll ever be. Okay, I just got chills all down my legs. Now it's been 12 years since I sold my soul to the devil in L.A. He said, sign your name here on the dotted line, and your songs they all will play. He set up a shop on Sunset. He put me up at the marquee, and he said, you want to sell a million records, boy? You better listen to me. He said, change your style, whiten your smile. You can lose a couple of pounds. If you want to live this life, you better lose that wife. Do you need your friends around? And I said, no, that's not me, because the biggest things in life are your friends and family. And I like my jeans and my old t-shirts, and a couple extra pounds never really hurt, because a country boy is all I'll ever be. Because Hank taught me just how to stay alive. You'll never catch me out the house with my 9 or 45, without my 9 or 45. He believes in self-protection. I believe in self-protection too, but in a spiritual way. I got a big orange tractor and a diesel truck, and my idea of heaven is chasing white-tailed bucks. I know who this is. Because the deer, I know who the deer is. And as a country boy, I know I can survive. Now 2 flags fly above my land that really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. And the other's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made, don't tread on me, is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave, because this is me. I'm proud to be American and strong in my beliefs, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again, because I've never needed government to hold my hand. I've said it before, but I'll say it again, because my family's always fought and died to save this land, and a country boy is all I'll ever be. Now, I know who's singing this in my life. It's not the person I'm aligned with. It's the person who's chasing white-tailed bucks and wanting to shoot them. So, what I respect about this person is that they didn't choose to sell their soul to the devil, but they've missed something. They're still a hunter. They're still hunting someone down. This came up because the whole idea of a hooker, right? I said something about being a hooker, and my twin said, who's a hooker? And he kind of reacted weird, and I said, I asked for a kiss, right? And I went to kiss him, and he turned his face away, but not like because he didn't want to kiss me, but it was like a knee-jerk reaction. It was a memory of something. And I said, I'm not a hooker. And I meant, in Pretty Women, hookers don't kiss because it's too personal, right? That's something that you say for somebody very special. So it hurt my feelings when he pulled away from me like that. Hurt my feelings, not knowing whatever the reason was for him having pulled away. It was a knee-jerk reaction. It was a memory, right? But the point is the hooker. So the song right now is pulling me. The way you were mocking me, acting as though I was part of your property, the one that was out hunting him down. I'm surprised it got this far. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me. Not that you knew me before. But it all comes back to me in the end. I kept everything inside. And even though I tried, it all fell apart. And what was will be a memory of the time I tried so hard. Somebody trying so hard to please another person, right? Okay, that's all coming up. I'm going to have to turn the radio down just a squirt, otherwise I'll keep getting pulled off. But this person is talking about, I can't even recall right why that just came up. Maybe because of the song and it just needed to be spoken at that moment. But she spoke about what happened to her. She experienced something. She experienced dark energy, a dark entity, and she couldn't shake it. And once it attached to her, she couldn't get rid of this heavy feeling, right? And I was telling you, I'll just read you what I wrote. This is precisely why I stopped trying to work with tarot cards, because I didn't know how to work with them, right? And I thought maybe I was supposed to, but Spirit taught me. They taught me through my animal messengers, they teach me, and yet I have gotten confusion. I've gotten, and I'll read it to you. This is why I said I trust my animal messengers more than any cards. Okay, there's my twin talking. It's okay, baby. I don't need to have a card to tell me what's going on. I get messages in trees, in clouds, in shapes, and overheard message, other people talking, in songs, my own higher self. No one can predict the future, because we all have free will. Now we can read energy and we can say this is the way, you know, it looks as though things are going at this moment. But every day we get a chance to wake up and change our mind and go in a different direction, right? This was supposed to happen. This is the way things were supposed to go, but you chose to learn a different lesson, so now it went that way. So when we pray to our Heavenly Father, now I don't know who you pray to. That's who I pray to, God, right? My son thinks that I deal with demons, and I probably was. That wasn't my path, that wasn't my choice, but I allowed them in, and I'll explain. When we pray to our Heavenly Father and His angelic team, we will be shown the steps to take. True spirit is consistent and positive. It doesn't jerk you around and cause you to be confused and unable to sleep, with dreams that come to leave you disturbed and angry. Show me your friends and I will show you who you are. The music that you choose to listen to, the books that you choose to read, the movies that you choose to watch, the people that you choose to associate, the activities you choose to partake in, the tarot card readers that you listen to. Just listen to this. I'm not concerned if I lose followers that are tarot card readers or people that align with the tarot, because I don't. So it's okay. The activities you choose to partake in all can draw you away from the true divine light into incredibly toxic dark energy that confuses you into believing that somehow it's okay, but it's not. It's not okay. I've always said that I'm not a new age hippie. Funny, because that's what my twin said to me. I'm still a new age hippie. I'm not. I never have been new age. I never have been. I'm not a religious person either. I'm someone who has taken the experiences, all of them, from my life, in order to form my own belief, and yet, yes, I still believe in a Heavenly Father, in an angelic team. I believe in that. Some people argue with me and they'll say, there is no God. What is God? You are God. No, I'm not God. I am not God. I pray to a divine source that created me. I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. I don't believe in evolution, right? I believe in God. So that's who I pray to, is my Father. So I said the other day, when things felt so up and down and confused, I surrender. Jesus, take the wheel. And I laughed. I didn't laugh because I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I laughed because it's a Carrie Underwood song, right? Jesus, take the wheel. That's why I laughed. But when I actually said it to the Father and to Jesus, the Master Jesus, I wasn't laughing. I was crying. I was asking for help. Please take this from me. This is more than I want to carry. I don't want to be dreaming other people's lives. I don't want to have confusion thrown at me. And if there's something that I have aligned with that should not be attached to me, please cut every cord. And that's when I cut cords to everyone and everything, in all times and realities, places in past, present, future, all dimensions. I cut cords. No one is allowed to attach to me, especially my twin soul, I said, because cords of love can never be cut, but dysfunctional cords between people must be cut. And if there's anyone that has attached into me, an entity that is trying to attach, and I get it a lot because of the people I work with, right? And yet I knew not to work with tarot cards. Every time I went to do it, it felt wrong. I knew not to use zodiac. It felt wrong, and yet I kept trying to please the readers, the ones who wanted it, right? But it didn't work for me. I was going against my own higher self, and that's why things were getting twisted. So it's addictive to listen to tarot card readers, because people want to know what the future is. And I talked to you guys about this before, how I said, why is it that I don't have such a large following on my channel as these tarot card readers do? Because people don't want to know what they need to do to make their life better. They just want to know, what is he doing? What is she doing? When is this going to happen? They basically want a spy to look into another person's life, right? I've remote viewed 3 times. And all 3 times I was upset by it. I saw things that were upsetting. I didn't choose to go there. So why did I go there? Because someone was pulling me in. I remember once somebody saying to me, open up, babe, I'm channeling you. I don't want anybody channeling me. I don't want to channel anybody else. I have decided that I don't want someone spying on my life, and I don't want to spy on other one's lives. How come I ended up going there? Somebody pulled me in. Probably not the person that they said I was channeling. It was probably darker energy trying to implant a thought, an idea in my mind. I know that because I was shown things that my twin soul was supposedly doing. And I said, I know him. He is not doing that. But they wanted me to believe that. And there was an opening. There was a channel. Sometimes it's the people that we connect to, right? Show me your friends. Who are you talking to on social media? Who are you aligned with? You don't go into a mud puddle to get a white horse clean. You don't go in because you're going to get just as dirty. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how gifted you are, how strong you are. You cannot be consistently in toxic energy and not have it affect you. So it was affecting me, right? And I know when it starts to affect me, when Spirit says, shut down your work line, you need to get outside in nature, you need to clear, you need to cut cords, you need to cleanse, you need to do this. Something is attached to me. It's extremely vital. Also, prayer is extremely vital. I believe in the power of crystals. I do. They come from the earth. They're healing. But I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in love. I believe in unconditional love. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in compassion. I believe in kindness. The message is, what would love say? What would love do? Always, right? And when I find myself being incited to anger, someone has entered my chat line with a really toxic energy. You guys have seen me switch. I'm an empath. I pick up the energy of other people. I need to connect, protect myself more, ask for protection more. And police, who I let in, keep my boundaries very clear, right? I've watched police in my dreams, but they weren't necessarily what I thought of as what police really were. So when I got to Sedona, after I had begun my spiritual path, I began to get so much confusion along with the guidance that I was getting from places and sources that I didn't know. Now, when I first got to Sedona, I was guided there by my father, by angelic spirits. I was kept away from all the other spiritual people. I wasn't to be taught by them. I wasn't to go and learn from people because my father didn't want to have to unteach me the things that I had been taught. So he wanted to teach me himself through my dreams. And at the time I could trust my dreams. Unfortunately, at this point now, I don't trust my dreams any longer either. I do see glimpses of ahead, but while there's still darker energy attached to me through my work or through people, I mean, I don't know how attached they are, but I don't trust my dreams. What I trust are my animal messengers, and no one can make animals come to me. You can send me, oh, here, this is a blah, blah, blah. What does it mean, right? And try and give me a message. But when my messengers come to me, I know that spirit guiding that. That's the shaman in me. I have been appointed as a shaman by my own father. When I was a little girl in Canada, I was able to understand the animals. I spoke to them. That wasn't given to me by some Native American teacher that said, you're a shaman now. Because, I'm Welsh. I've got a pug nose. I was taught by my father. It just came naturally to me when I was a little girl. So it wasn't when I got to Sedona. It was after I had come back here and connected with my twin. Now, it doesn't mean my twin is negative. It means that when the twins come together, there is energy that does not want that to happen. So they're going to try now and dive bomb you. They're going to try and remember the red hawk and the osprey and how the crows keep diving the red hawk? I'm the red hawk. I'm the messenger. The crows are the ones in the family that don't want this to happen. Whether it's a real family, a work family, a friend family, it doesn't matter. It's dark energy that does not want the connection between the twin souls. So they're going to try and do whatever they can to make us angry at each other, to confuse us. It's not spirit that's doing that. So when I was on a journey back to Sedona, I was up at my cave and I started getting a lot of confusion. It wasn't coming clear and I got frustrated and I said, it's interesting, my glasses keep fogging up. I'm looking outside and I'm seeing the aerial dancers right now, the harbingers of hope. There's something on my, okay, so you go to clean your glasses And you think to yourself, what's wrong? There's something on your glass cleaner. So what are you picking up? What are you using in order to cleanse? You know what I mean? Who are you associating with, thinking that you're associating with somebody who is of a higher spiritual nature? You're trying to clear your third eye, your intuitive sight, and you're using something that's dirty. Woo! Okay, so here I am in Sedona, and things have gotten very confused, and I thought, you know what? I had experienced people channeling, right? I was in a room, that's where I was in this house of a spiritual teacher, and this person was channeling, and I said, what are you saying? And the person said to me, I don't know, I'm channeling Archangel blah, blah, blah. And I thought, if you don't know what you're saying, you shouldn't be saying it. And I don't want to hear it, because you don't even know what's coming out of your mouth. It can be anyone. If you don't understand the words that are coming out, you shouldn't be speaking them. So I said, and I was getting confusion. I was getting this, that, the other. I was getting pulled in different directions. And so I dismissed everyone. I said, because basically, if I don't know your name, you're not my friend. If I don't know who you are, you're not my friend. So basically that's what it was. I didn't know who was speaking to me or through me, and I didn't want it. I don't want that, right? So I said, unless I know who you are, I don't deal with you, and I won't deal with you. And I dismissed everyone. Now that's a message to myself. If I can't figure out who you are, if you're coming to me as someone else, I'm blocking you. Because I know that you aren't who you say you are. And I don't care if you're good, bad, or the ugly. If you can't speak to me as you are, I will block you. I know you're not who you say you are. So same thing with this. And I said to the Father, my Father, our Heavenly Father, I said, remember that day I said, I wish Spirit could highlight with a red dot the ones that I'm not supposed to see. And what ended up happening is, and I won't show you how it happened, but I was literally shown with a red dot the ones who were coming to me as someone else, and they were instantly blocked. Instantly blocked. Now, I don't say things out loud. I'll tell you in a second. I've been taught to pray in Jesus' name, but because of the things that happened to me in organized religion, when I walked away from it, I stopped praying to my Father in Jesus' name. He's my Father, too. I felt I don't need to go through anyone to speak to my own Father. That's a message to someone else. You shouldn't have to go through someone else to speak to someone that's your family or someone that's close to you, someone that you love. But he kept showing up for me. Jesus did, in ways that I can't deny. Over and over and over. And so finally I said in my heart, now remember, I didn't say it out loud. I said in my heart, why do you think I said it in my heart? I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want dark energy to hear me. Ask the true God and his angelic team to help me. Because there are gods. There are a lot of gods in this world. Money's God, sex is God. There is a dark energy out there. Whoever you pray to, it is. We don't all pray to the same God. I'm sorry. I pray to the true God, the Father who created us, the God of love, unconditional love. So I didn't want to say that out loud because I didn't want the dark energy. So if you are real, this is what I said. If you are real in my heart, if you are real and I'm supposed to work with you, show me. So he came to me very clearly over and over and over to the place where I couldn't deny it. I was crying. It was amazing how it happened. So I now know for myself with the evidence presented to me that Jesus is my master teacher. Someone else once said to me, am I your master? No, you're not. No, you're not. Jesus is the master teacher. I know there are other angels that work with me as guides as well, but I don't tell them what to do. I ask with respect. I lost that respect for a time. I did. I'm not in the position here. I do believe that we are angels walking. There's dark angels and there's light angels. I don't come from a place of darkness, but when I get to the place where I demand and disrespectful to my angelic team, I'm off my path. I'm not dealing in the light energy. I'm being disrespectful. If I have a team that's working to guide me and help me and with me, why would I be disrespectful to them? That's not how a team works. We're on each other's team. We shouldn't be disrespectful to one another, right? So I surrender to what is out of my vision to see. Now, I have gifts that we all have gifts that we've been given and we learn as we go through our life, but I can't see what my angelic team in heaven and in spirit can see. I can't. I am limited in this physical suit. I can see through the messengers that come. I can see through intuitive hits that I get. And I have been shown in my dreams. I have been given prophetic dreams. My dreams got polluted though, and I knew that. It made me really sad. I had to disconnect and detach and figure out who it was that I was aligned with, that I should not be aligned with, in order for me to trust my dreams again, which is, a big deal to me. So I couldn't continue to do. Okay, so you guys all recall how I would fight with myself over the whole issue of doing zodiac readings. It was too loud for me. I couldn't do it, right? I couldn't continue to do what I knew was wrong. It truly is an addiction. But people want to know what's coming. People want to know who's doing what and what do they think. That is spying. That is stalking someone else's private information, and it is encroaching on their free will. We all are deserving of our privacy, right? And when we can't control where we go, like remote viewing, and we can't control what comes in and who is speaking through us, we have lost control. And another entity has gained control of our lives. We're all born with gifts, yes, but when a child or an adult is channeling voices or people they don't understand or know, they are being controlled. I have had spirits come through me. I don't know who they are. They should not have been allowed to come through me. And I said to the Father, I don't want to be used as a medium. It's excruciatingly painful for me. I'm in an instant, I am literally watching everything they've been going through and feeling the pain. Now, it might have helped some other people, but it's destroyed my sense of peace. I don't want it. I don't want to be a channel. That's not what I am. I'm here to be a guide through the messages that Spirit gives me, right? To guide people back to Spirit and their higher self. So the several times that I've had it happen, it's been excruciatingly painful for me, and it's taken me a long time to clear my energy. It's been really hard. That wouldn't happen if that was coming from my Father. He wouldn't put me through something extremely painful to come through my body from someone that I don't even know. It confused my mind, right? So if I don't know you, I don't want to know what's happening in your life. If the messages that I pick up through what I see, smell, hear, or are sent to me by our Father, that brings across guidance for you, then that's what I trust and that's what I want to do. When I rhyme, I'm always on. But it won't be from using a tarot deck that pinpoints a person through their sign, that points a finger at another, that would cause someone to accuse another or suspect another of something. It made me suspect everybody. No, I am not God, and if you don't believe in God, that's your choice, and I would never shove my beliefs on another person. I had that done my whole life in religion. I would never do that to another person. That's been done to me in religion, and that is control. We cannot and should not want to control another person. That is an addiction. If you feel that you don't have control of yourself, you want to control another. We cannot control another. We shouldn't want to control another. We deserve freedom. That's why God created us free moral agents, so that someone couldn't tell us what to do, right? I may not agree 100% with everything this young woman says, but I agree with more than less of it. I know what dark energy feels like. I'm an empath. I know what feels good and what feels bad. And what feels good is nature, love, care, compassion, kindness, and animals. They are truly Spirit's guides, which makes my shamanic work so joyful. I'm listening to a song right now. It's pulling me off. You're doing that on purpose, aren't you? I'm not a shamanic. I'm not a shaman appointed by... I'm losing my spot, sorry. By some priest. I do not follow the rituals that shaman follow. I follow what my animal messengers show me. I think that's why I have such a hard time saying what it is that I do or that I am in my spiritual work. People always ask me, what are you? What is it that you do? And I don't know what to call myself. I hate the word psychic. I don't like it. It's a negative connotation to me. I'm not psychic. I don't like that word. There's another word that needs to be used. I would say a guide. Right? I've always shied away from the word psychic. I don't like it. I've shied away from the word psychic. I don't like it. I've rhymed again, right? So I'm on. I'm a spiritual teacher, a guide, and a life coach. That is here to help ones back to their Father that they have walked away from. I recall again the dream I had. It showed two men that I know well, riding horses in a back field. The front door was open. The front door is this is where you're going, the front door. The back door is where you've been, okay? The front door was open. And the father came through the house. So this would be his energy, coming through the house. And he called to the men on the horses which represent forward movement, spirit's assistance. Yes, I've probably seen somebody else. I know who these people are. The two people were named Tony and Troy. The one that they called Tony was literally given to me as Tony, the mob boss. What is he called? Tony Montana, right? It wasn't my friend Tony, which is what I thought. It was like a gangster. And the other person, Troy, wasn't who I thought it was either. It represented someone else that had that same kind of energy. So, but it represented somebody who had a very kind nature, who appeared very charming and had a beautiful smile, and who basically lived off of other people, right? Lived off of women, basically it represented someone who was a male hooker, a male gigolo, a male black widow. That's what I was, but I didn't know that at the time because I was given two different names of people that I knew. So the father comes through the house and he yells out to these ones, "Where is my daughter?" The man named Troy called out. She said she was coming, and the father was very angry. He spoke with great force. "You were supposed to care for her, and now she's gone out into the storm." That door had opened, and she had gone out into the storm. Now, when I looked at this at the time, I'm thinking to myself, I know who those two people are. I know those names. But I was shown somebody in my dream with those names. Somebody that shows themselves, somebody with brown eyes, that's native, that shows themselves to be a spiritual person, that is a womanizer, that is somebody who lives off of women. No, that person's a gangster. I'm sorry. That person's a gangster. That person is Native American, and he's a crook. And that's not the person that I knew, right? That's just the name I was given. It took me all this time to figure this out. And the person called Troy is somebody that had green eyes and long hair, and they were a musician. It could have been a female, right? Didn't have to be a male because they had gentle energy, charming. So it could have been a female, which is what I've now shown it to be, a female who lives off of men, right? Basically a hooker. That's where the hooker comes back in. So it's like a woman. It's a gold digger. That Troy was a gold digger. So unfortunately, I didn't understand that when I got the message. It's been years, right? So, and I don't know who it was, if it was my twin soul or if it was the original Troy that said to me, "You've got to be careful about your dreams. A dream is prophetic if it unrolls in front of you. If not, it's symbolic," right? So that was clearly symbolic, but I didn't know what was going on. It could have been literal. I could have literally been watching through my twin's eyes, and see, that's a difference. Twin souls, that is a very scary thing. It's beautiful, but it's actually quite scary because I literally have been places and I'm there because I'm looking through my twin's eyes. There is a different connection between us than there is between any other human. It's not like I'm channeling through someone. I am literally part of that person, their spiritual self, so I'm able to see. So I could have been that person looking at that dark-eyed person with native blood on a horse next to a green-eyed, long blonde-haired person. One of them is a crook, one of them is a woman, one of them is a man-eater, one of them is a gold digger. That's what I actually saw. And somebody said, "Where's my daughter?" And it may not even have, at the time, this is a symbolic message about me. Where's my daughter? You were supposed to care for her. You know spirituality. You threw her away because you didn't want anybody to know that you were a spiritual person. You were the person that I brought into her life to help her, to care for her. And now she's gone out into the storm. That is real. That is real. Israel. Okay, I just got a hit on that. So now I'm recounting this story so that whoever it is that was actually the person watching those two people, the one's a crook, and his girlfriend is a user, hooker, basically selling herself for money. She's a gold digger. So, and now when I look at this now, it makes me feel good because the people that I was shown, it's not the people that I know, right? So I went out into that storm and I've battled it for years because I aligned with somebody there. I connected with one of those people, and with those people now, it allowed that energy to come in. And I heard recently that someone that's connected to me on a soul level is concerned because they feel a dark energy has attached to me. And they were right. They had. They're no longer here, but they had. That's why I felt that push and pull, that energy that was dark, right? It was raging. I've been raging. It's called psychic attacks, and I've been battling it, right? But not until I went to the Father and said, I surrender to you. I take your lead. I'm not telling you. I'm going to be a backseat sitter. I'm not going to be a backseat driver. I won't sit in I won't be a co-pilot. I won't be a backseat driver. I'm just going to let you take the wheel. You steer me where I need to go. I surrender. Hands off. I give it to you. I'll follow what you give me. And I got to tell you, the weight that fell off of me was like a lead weight leaving my body. And I have felt so free. That energy is gone. That entity that attached to me is no longer got a hold on me. Nothing's going to hold me back. Not now. Not when I'm with my true spiritual team. Remember I told you when I came home, I undid my boxes and I thought I wanted to put some things out. And I thought, no, I don't want to put all that stuff back. I wanted to keep it clean. The only thing that I have on my desk is Archangel Michael, a peaceful Buddha, my little Beswick kitten that my Mama Sherry gave me, selenite, which is a cleansing crystal, amethyst, which is a protective crystal, a calming crystal. These I picked up today. I'll speak about that later. But I didn't want all the other stuff. I went to my favorite spiritual shop, Lady of the Lake, yesterday, and I was drawn over to the Egyptian items. And I saw the High Priestess. That's who I connected to, was a High Priestess. I don't want that energy aligned with me at all. I was drawn to this High Priestess. And then I pulled away from it. And I looked at Bastet and I looked at Anubis, which I bought for I said that I align with Bastet. I am from the House of the Cats, right? But Bastet isn't a cat. She's a shapeshifter. And she's connected to pagan worship. And Anubis, I said, was aligned with my twin. Well, he is, or he was. Hopefully he's still not, but I think he is. Anubis is the god of lost souls. Anubis is the one who weighs the lives, decides whether they can live or die. It's kind of like a mob boss, right? A hitman. You either live or you die. You're in or you're out. And that's who I aligned, and I thought, I don't want anything to do with that. And I walked away from it, and I walked over to where Merlin was, where the trees were, where my origin came from, right? I'm Welsh, I'm Celtic, so I align with Artemis of the forest. I've always aligned with Artemis. Artemis of the hunt, and yet I don't hunt animals, I'm a vegetarian, right? I am the protector of the forest. So they're symbols, they're all symbols. I don't worship any of these things. I don't worship that symbol of Archangel Michael. It's just a message to me that he says, I surrender, Father. I bow my head to you, Father. I have tamed my own beast, my ego pride. I created that monster myself, and I had to realize I built that, and I was able to undo it, and I did. So I waged battle for years in that storm, that shit storm of energy, right? Again and again, but I was still connected to dark energy. And the angelic team, I would call for them, please, come in. And they would show up again and again. But I was still connected. I needed to call out and ask to have all cords cut, which I did. But I had done that before, not truly wanting them cut. I didn't truly want them cut. I would say, I did it this morning. I was in the shower, having a shower, and I was and I said, open up, babe, and then I stopped. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't wanna open up a channel between you and I. You wanna speak to me, you come speak to me. Otherwise, I don't have any business opening up a channel, because if I open up that channel, I don't know who's in on your end that's gonna jump in, because you're aligned with Anubis, the god of lost souls, the one who's deciding who's gonna live and die. I don't want anything to do with that. So it's actually the reverse. I don't want to connect to you who is connected to that dark energy that's connected to you. I don't want any part of it. So I cut cords. That's why I said especially with my twin soul. Now, he is protected as well through his father, but we all have lessons to learn, right? And while somebody is in a dark place, they're not safe for us. And it's a protection for them to be away. So I asked to, and I visualized Archangel Michael assisting as all cords were severed and cauterized, so they couldn't reattach, right? I will not allow them to be reattached. I do not care who you say you are, twin soul or anyone else. If you do not come to me in love and light, if you do not treat me with love, respect, and kindness, you are not allowed in my energy. When I did that, it was as though a lead weight burden had fallen from my back. I no longer was tied to anyone. I no longer was going to put my life on hold for another, twin soul or not. I was free, and it feels great. And that's the truth. Put that in your peace pipe and smoke it. I've got an eyelash that keeps tickling me. An eyelash is something that is there to protect your eye, but that's a loose eyelash. So when you look up eyelash in dream analysis, it's something that you do to enhance yourself. Why is it bothering me? Because I put mascara on to enhance my eyelashes, right? To make me prettier. So if you go to a dream Bible, and if this eyelash is loose, it's a loose eyelash. So I'm going to put in loose eyelash. I was going to say false eyelash because there's a lot of falsity out there. Eyelashes represent allure or appeal, right? It reflects how interesting or how attractive you naturally feel, or how about a situation as well. Well, there's a loose eyelash, right? Having long eyelashes represents someone else that's exceptionally alluring to you. In a negative, eyelashes reflect conceit, narcissism, which is that dark energy that was attached to the one that is connected to me. And because it wasn't him that's negative, but he's in a dark pool. That white horse was trying to help someone out, but instead of helping that other person out, that person pulled them in. And that happened to me. And I can't afford to do that for myself. And the only way that I can help my spiritual twin is to stay as far from that as possible and vibrate at a higher frequency, right? If you go down to that level, you're both lost in the muck. So in a negative context, song right now, I'm wide awake, right? I'll tell you that in a second. So it talks about someone who shows off, pretends to be more appealing than they are. They're a bragger. Someone who, eyelashes that fall out, someone who feels less attractive or loss of appeal. Feelings about the loss of power to be appealing. Fake fall eyelashes represent using someone or something to make your views more appealing, needing or depending on someone else to be more interesting than you actually truthfully are. So I had an eyelash that fell. So something was less attractive. That was less attractive to me. What I was looking at before has now suddenly become very much less attractive to me, right? The song right now, Wide Awake. I heard ET this morning and I turned it off because I got a very negative context in that message. But wide awake, I'm wide awake. I was in the dark. I was falling hard with an open heart. I'm wide awake. How did I read the stars so wrong? And then I got yesterday, this is going to be one of the items that we choose from today, is Moldavite, which is a piece of a star. And I think of the song by Train, Drops of Jupiter, right? Even shooting star, even stars, they fall. Some burn out and they fall to the earth. So there was somebody who felt that they were a star, and they felt that because they lost that appeal, they were less attractive, because they were no longer well known, no longer looked up to, no longer had that name, no longer had the money, whatever it was. And they felt that they didn't have what they had before, which is not the truth. It's not the truth. So I'm wide awake. How did I read the stars so wrong? I fell for a shooting star, right? Did you fall for a shooting star? One without a permanent scar? The ones with the scars on their bodies, and we show our scars visibly, that's lessons that we've learned. If you haven't got any scars, you haven't learned any lessons, right? So, I'm wide awake. Now it's clear to me that everything you see ain't always what it seems. I'm wide awake. I was dreaming for so long. I wish I knew now what I know. Wish I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't dive in. I wouldn't have bowed down. right? I wouldn't have bowed down to that false god. Till I woke up. I wouldn't bow down. Gravity hurts. You made it so sweet till I woke up on the concrete. Face planted, right? Falling from cloud 9, crashing from on high. I'm letting go tonight. I'm falling from cloud 9. I'm wide awake, not losing any sleep. I picked up every piece and I landed on my feet. I'm wide awake. Need nothing to complete myself. I'm wide awake. I'm born again out of the lion's den. Remember I kept saying the lion? The lion. I kept getting the king. I'm not going to go there, but the lion. I've been showing the lion again and again. The lion is the king of wands. The lion. I've been born out of that lion's den. Daniel and the lion. Oh my God, I know who Daniel is. Oh my God. I don't have to pretend and it's too late. The story's over. Now, the end. I wish I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't have dived in. I wouldn't have bowed down. Gravity hurts. You made it so sweet till I woke up on the concrete. Falling from cloud 9, crashing from on high. I'm letting go tonight. I'm free falling. I surrender. Yay! I'm letting it go. Oh, it feels good. So, the items that we're going to choose from is Moldavite. And this one I really love because it's in the shape of a heart. It's also, if you look really closely, if I could hold it, I'm going to hold it up by its little tail. But if you look really closely, it's a mermaid with wings. I don't know if you can see it. At first I saw a heart, and then I saw a mermaid with angel wings. And I thought, I love this one. He picked up bigger ones, and I said, no, this is the one. And I wish that I could put it on my ring. I love it. Because Moldavite, it is the gemstone that fell to the earth. This is the precious gem. The one that didn't realize how precious they were, right? I fell for a shooting star. I didn't recognize that. Where is your true north? That's the star that you follow, your true north, which is your heart. Where does your heart lead you, right? Which is your higher self lead you? Where does spirit lead you? And I don't mean dark spirit. I mean our Heavenly Father. Where does God lead us, right? Now, I grew up calling God Jehovah because I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I am not one of Jehovah's Witnesses, so I can't call him that. I just call him my Father, which I like better, right? But I now know that Jesus is real. He's come to me in way too many ways for me to deny. And I don't follow the Bible because I think things have been tainted. I do. But there's a lot of good lessons to be learned. There's a lot of disgusting things there as well. It's about learning all the lessons and then figuring out, we didn't need a church. Man makes church. God didn't create churches for us. My church is outside. My religion is kindness. So the Moldavite, it's a product of a meteor, right? A shooting star. And they're given as gifts from royalty. They're very, very important. It's quite expensive, Moldavite, actually. And it's believed to be the green stone that was in the Holy Grail that will lift your spiritual evolution. I think it's just got the power of the stars. It comes from our Father. And it green to me speaks of love, unconditional love, healing, growth. I heard transformation. Because this mermaid has wings. So this is like, to me, this is like a link between the heavens and the ocean. And the ocean is the greatest conductor of energy. So to me, it's just the link between worlds, right? So people that are not sensitive to the energies of stones will possibly often feel Moldavite when they hold it, if they're not sensitive. Some people can feel energy with stones. I do, right? But some people don't. So they often will feel like what I'm feeling is tingling in my finger where I'm holding it. So you'll feel tingling or pulsing sensation coming from the energy of the stone. And it usually goes, some other feel it moving through the body and it comes out through your crown. But it's a high vibrational stone. I'm feeling prickles in my forehead just from where I've touched it, right? And so what it does is it opens your chakras, your heart and your crown chakra. And to sleep with it activates your dream state. So I didn't sleep with it. I want a break right now. I want my dreams to be peaceful again, right? They've been confusing to me. So it talks about positive life changes. But I think about the song, Drops of Jupiter. And I love train. I do. I love trains too. Because you know what trains are? Unless you jump a track, you're going in one direction. That's destiny. Destiny says you're going this way. Fate is when somebody comes up and pulls something off and changes something. Oh, that happened, destiny. We're going on a track. This is the way it's supposed to be. What happened? I fell off my path. I took a sharp turn when they changed the track. So I like trains. I love trains. I think going on a train up from the coast all the way up to Canada, I did that. It was really cool. I love trains. But the song dropped, and I love the group. And it's funny because I heard somebody in my head after I was listening to that. I was up in the mountains in Kings National Forest, and I was listening to Train singing, and I was singing these songs, and I heard, that guy can't sing. Now, if it was Elvis singing Blue Suede Shoes, that'd be different, but that guy doesn't have a decent voice. So I was connecting with somebody, right? And it's funny because sometimes Pat Monahan, and Pat, that's funny, Pat is my landlord, right? So that's interesting to me. So he represents somebody. Sometimes Pat Monahan sings off key. He's the lead singer in the band. And he does, but I still like the songs. So now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her hair, she acts like summer and walks like rain, reminds me that there's a time to change. Since the return from her stay on the moon, interesting, her stay on the moon. So goddess energy is moon energy, feminine energy. The sun is the divine masculine energy. So to me, this song is actually speaking about a man. Since his return from the stay on the moon, he was staying with feminine energy. Feminine males is where he was. Did you miss me while you were out there looking for yourself out there? Tell me, did you fall from a shooting star? From a shooting star. So a parent who was a star. Even stars, they burn and fall to the earth. Did you fall from a shooting star? Did you connect with a shooting star? Right? One without a permanent scar. One who hadn't learned their lessons. And did you miss me while you were looking for yourself out there? Now that she or he is back from that soul vacation, tracing their way through the constellation, she checks out Mozart. He or she checks out Mozart while they do Taibou. Reminds me there's room to grow. Now that he is back in the atmosphere, he, that's interesting. Someone pretending to be a she when they're actually a he. I'm afraid she or he might think of me as plain old Jane told a story about a man who's too afraid to fly, so he never did land. But tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back to the Milky Way? And tell me, did Venus blow your mind? You think about Venus, goddess Venus, somebody who's like, wow, she's got a body like Venus, right? Did you find someone like that? Did Venus blow your mind in one way or another? I think so. Remember I told you I didn't want to align with the one that had the propensity or that one that had a what did I say? Appetite for head? Yeah. And did you miss me while you were out there looking for yourself? Can you imagine? No love, pride, deep fried chicken, your best friend always sticking up for you, even when I know you're wrong? Can you imagine? No first dance, freeze-dried romance, but a 5-hour phone conversation, the best soy latte that you had ever had in me? But tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back towards the Milky Way? And tell me, did you sail across the sun? The lion, the sun. Did you sail across the sun? And did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights were all faded and that heaven is overrated? Take me to heaven, right? Oh, that's heaven. Heaven's overrated, right? And did you tell me, did you fall from a shooting star without a permanent scar? And did you miss me while you were out there looking for yourself? And did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day? And did you fall from a shooting star? And are you lonely, looking for yourself out there? So, the other items we're going to choose from, we've got the Moldavite, the piece of shooting star, and these came when I was in my favorite thrift store the other day. I couldn't believe it. The fox and the timber wolf. And they're both on snowy, icy ground. They're on slippery ground, right? These two. I align with the fox. I align my twin with the wolf. The fox is adaptable, flexible, knows the art of camouflage, and they're playful. And it's a really fun term to be called as a woman, right? When I was in high school, they used to say, you're such a fox. I liked it, right? So my friends, they call me Foxy. They're smart. The fox is the one who, I'm also been called, I was given the name, she who walks with Raven, one who walks with Raven. There's a story of the fox and the raven. And the raven was very arrogant and very proud and had this morsel of meat in its mouth, and the fox wanted it. And so the fox flattered the raven and said, you have such a beautiful voice when you sing. And the raven was flattered and said, oh, thank you. And when he opened his mouth, he dropped the meat, and the fox stole it and took off with it. Message is, don't allow yourself to be deceived by a trickster. Don't fall into flattery, false flattery, or false fair weather friends. Okay? Then you see the timber wolf, which is part of a wolf pack, but this is a lone wolf. We don't want to be a lone wolf. We don't want to be out there in the cold. The wolf pack, they work together as a team. And what's so beautiful about the wolf pack is that the male and the female are both alphas. I'm an alpha wolf. I'm an alpha female. We take turns taking the lead. A true partnership does not have somebody with their thumb over the other. It does not have somebody that says, you need to be in subjection to me. You're a partner. You have each other's back. Often I have shown the picture on my profile banner of, I've updated it today. I love what I have up there right now. I have a deer up there. It's just beautiful. But I'll show you the picture. It's a picture of two wolves, and they're being attacked by another wolf from a neighboring, it was a rogue wolf, right? It's a rogue wolf. And so she went and she put her body underneath her mate's throat. She didn't do it to hide underneath him. She did it to protect his throat. She did it to protect his voice. She did it to save him. She did it because they're on each other's team. And she threw herself in front of that other wolf to protect her mate. She's actually very brave and loves her mate. Here it is. Song right now, I'm sorry I let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Somebody told me you had a boyfriend that looked like a girlfriend, and he believed the lie, right? Those are the ones that are fair weather friends. Sorry, let me pull it up again. It didn't want to load. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm keeping myself neutral. I don't want to pull up any energy from different thoughts. Here we are. Are you going to load for us? There's probably just too many windows open, right? And that's a message in itself. Too many windows open. Well, we'll let it see. If it loads, you'll see it. But that's the message, is that she protected her partner, her mate, right? This is a ride or die. Go to the mat for the one that you love. So we've got the timber wolf, which I absolutely choose. We've got the witty fox, the funny fox, the cute fox. I choose her too, because she's me. And we have the Moldavite that fell from a shooting star. Did you fall? This is a part of a shooting star. Did you fall from this shooting star? I don't choose this one, right? And then I choose, what else do we have here? The Beswick Kitty playing the guitar. Okay, we've done it the other day, but we're doing it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask for a blessing and a clearing at 58 minutes. I know this is going to be a long reading. We're going to ask, I love this. One of my clients yesterday is going through a really difficult time, and the person that she was connected with is going into rehab. But he's kind of messing around. He's not really, committing to anything. And I said, you need to go into a spiritual rehab as well. You both need to go to rehab. That's where I'm going. I'm going to a rehab. I'm going back to Wisconsin. I'm going to be rehabilitated in fresh air and in the love of my soul family and in nature, right? And away from all of this toxic energy that keeps trying to attach to me. So I said, what is it that you love to do? And I said, you like yoga, don't you? And she goes, you know what I really like? She goes, I like sound healing. Well, this is sound healing. So I looked up online for her yesterday. I just typed in sound healing in Phoenix, Arizona, and it brought up this where you can have meetups with people. So I said, that's what you need to do, right? Meet up with those kind of people. That's the energy that you want. And then I looked up in my area for sound healing and found some. So we're going to do sound healing right now. And what I ask is if there is any negative thoughts or toxic energy that's still swirling in the area, could be from other people, could be from your own sadness or your own negative thoughts or feelings. We ask that as this starts to go around, we're asking, first of all, the Father to fill this and us with unconditional love, pure unconditional love. So that's in this. This bowl is called the Laughing Buddha. It's happiness. It's infused with 24 karat gold, which represents self-worth. So as I go around and the music starts to play through this, it's going to suck in all of the negative. It's swirling around with unconditional love. And as the vibration goes out, it's going to be vibrating through the walls, purifying, because this is crystal, clear quartz crystal, which is where you put your intentions on. Unconditional love. So it will be pulled in and sent out as unconditional love. We ask for a blessing on this reading. This doesn't want to load for some reason, which is interesting. He doesn't want to load. All right, here we go. You can put your own intention on whatever you want to bring in and release and transform into pure white light. So as I was doing that, I was hearing cleanse and clear, cleanse and clear, cleanse and clear. And when I hit this one side over here, it felt good. That's what I heard. That feels good. That feels good. That vibration feels good. So I vibrate, which is interesting because my last name is not my birth name. It's my son's father's name. I only kept the name. I was only married to him for a year and 3 months, and that was when I was like 17, 18 years old. But I took that name back because it was my son's name and I wanted to have one of my kids be the same because my daughter has a different father. And so I've always kept the name, Columbus. It's interesting because Columbus is an explorer and so am I. There's reasons why we have what we have. This crystal bowl, singing bowl, vibrates to the chord C, Columbus, and every time I choose a singing bowl, it's always vibrating to the letter C. So there's reasons everything happens. I think that's intriguing. This didn't want to load, but I want to show you the picture. It's beautiful. And I will tell you that if you listen to the video of the person that I shared, her story, she started having problems when she connected with her twin soul as well, because it was all the darker energy that didn't want it to happen, and that's where all the confusion comes in, and it's really sad. We have to go through a lot before we realize that we're not fighting our twin. When we fight our twin, we're fighting ourselves, right? We love our twin. Our twin is there for us unconditionally. Now, but it doesn't matter if your twin is not doing what they're meant to be doing in this life as far as their spiritual path. I can love you and I can wish the best for you and see love and light surround you, but you won't be in my energy. I don't want anything to do with that dark energy. And if that means that's your family or that's your friends that you choose to associate with, the choice comes down to them or me. And that's what it's been all these years. And so I stopped fighting. Why push wet spaghetti up a hill, right? You're not going to make somebody come to you. And if they don't realize that even though this is your family, your work family, your friend's family, whatever it is, if you don't realize what's happening in your life is happening because of the toxic people that you're around, you're not awake. You're not ready for me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Show it to me. I have so many things of the wolves on here. Song, it's best that we go our separate ways. Twist, push, pull. That's what we are. Okay, this is the picture. And you see how she's underneath his throat, right? And this one comes across like it's a pure one, like a religious leader, a white, pure person. And these are timber wolves. They're gray, they're dark, right? They're not as clean as that one. This one appears clean on the outside, but this one is the aggressor. And this one throws herself under the throat of her love to protect, because now he's got two sets of fangs facing him, right? So instead of fighting your twin, why don't you work with your twin? Okay, that was good. Let me put this away. Was I wearing these yesterday? I washed all my clothes yesterday, but I think I was wearing them yesterday. I don't like wearing the same clothes twice. Okay, here we go. The cards. Now, I do have decks that say the word tarot in them, but I don't read them as tarot. I didn't ever learn how to do it right, and now I understand why, right? I don't want to learn how to do it. I don't want to pinpoint the finger and say, you're a Leo, you're an asshole. You're a Pisces, you're an asshole. You're a Gemini, you're an asshole. No. We have every sign in us anyway. We're all part of everything. So, if I do choose a deck that has that word in it, I'm just looking at the pictures, okay? So, the decks that I want to work with today are Nature's Whispers. I love nature. Nature is healing. It's my favorite place to be. That's why I'm going home to Wisconsin, so that I can play in nature. I can't wait. When am I going? I'm leaving. I don't even know what the date is today. I don't even know the day. I think it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday, right? So I'm leaving in a week and 3 days. Oh, less than 2 weeks. Oh, I'm excited. I'm super excited to see my Mama Sherry, my Papa Terry, my Uncle Phil, to go listen to Troy and everybody else play. Oh, this is the one we're gonna get because it just threw itself out. All my friends are musicians, right? I can't wait. Early Thomas, all my friends are musicians. Mick. Okay, open your heart. Now check this out. This is something else. Yesterday I posted a video, and I don't like posting things like this because I'm so sensitive when it comes to animals, but they were showing a goose being held while they ripped its down from its chest until it was bloody and bleeding. It's down, it's precious energy, right? Think about that, ripping it until it was bloody and bleeding. And then they put it back in the cage until it grew its feathers back and did it again and again. That beautiful, beautiful goose. Ducks, they do it with ducks. It's horrible. So I'm seeing this. This is a swan, but it just reminded me of that. Somebody who would constantly tear at someone until they're emotionally bloody and bleeding, and then put them back until they get strong again a little while, and then do it again. That's an emotional vampire. That's a narcissist. So this is telling you, first of all, the number is 10, which is an ending, and also a subsequent beginning. Something is ended, and something is now about to begin. And Spirit wants you to open your heart. Opening your heart is a difficult thing. Look at the picture, how beautiful it is. Opening your heart is a difficult thing to do if you've been hurt, right? But I was talking to a client this morning, a regular client of mine. She's very beautiful, and she's very self-sufficient. She's not married, and she makes her own money. She's got a really good job, and she's gorgeous. She looks like, and she's gonna laugh when I've already told her that. She looks like what you would call a bimbo. She's beautiful, she's hot, and she's misread, she's misunderstood. They look at her and they think, oh, she's a gold digger, right? She's a gold digger, she's a bimbo, and she's not. And her guy, the guy that she likes, he's terrified to get into a relationship because he's had a disaster of a relationship, and he's afraid to trust again. And so he brought up to her today how his ex called him, and she was a gold digger. And I said, I already knew that my twin was going to be getting called by his ex, who was no doubt definitely a gold digger. And he said she was a gold digger. She's a bimbo. She just wanted the money. And I said, what you need to understand is you need to show him that you're not the same. Now, he said to her the other day, the reason I like sleeping with people I don't know is because I have a difficult time expressing my emotions. And I said, what did you say to that? And she said, I told him, that's disgusting. I don't even want to be friends with somebody like that. Now, he didn't actually mean it. He isn't sleeping with anyone, but he has. And the reason he did was because he got taken by a gold digger. And so he didn't want to allow his feelings to connect, and he still wanted to have sex, so he slept with people, but he didn't allow anybody close until he met this person who was completely out of his league. And he's coming up because she's meant to be with him. But he's thinking she's like the pearl, right? She's like that pearl that one found, that rare pearl. And he's been searching his whole life for that pearl, and he's put her through test after test. He's testing her with the things that he says to her, with the actions that he does. He's testing her. I said he's not sleeping with anyone. He loves you. He wants you. He just is fighting with his head and his heart. He's having a hard time opening his heart because he opened his heart up once before to someone he trusted, and she ended up being a gold digger. And you're beautiful like that, and he just can't believe that you could have anybody. Why do you want him? He's seeing himself kind of broken. He's seeing you out of his league. He's got bills. He's got an ex that's a psycho. He's got issues. He's got debt. He used to have a lot of money, and now he's got everything, bill problems, basically, right? Drives a great car, but doesn't have the money to back it. So he's got this persona of what he actually truly is projecting to the world, and he's not that. But she sees the beautiful swan in that ugly duckling. She knows what's in him. She can feel his energy, right? And yet he's having a difficult time opening up his heart and being honest with her. Now, it doesn't matter if you can feel that he's got something good, if he's going to be disrespectful to you, if he's going to say, I don't want to sleep with you because I don't want to have a relationship with you. I will never commit to you. So that was the end of that. They won't have sex again. Well, he keeps trying to get that to happen. And I said, don't you give it to him. Don't you give in, because if you do, you've agreed to his terms. You're now a hooker. You're now a friends with benefits. You're now a booty call. And you're worth way more than that, and he knows it. So he's on her constantly, watching her, checking on where she is, checking in, because he doesn't want anyone else to snap her up while he fights with his heart. Open your heart. Open your heart. Our entire world, our entire nature, everything is love. It is love. We're the ones that demonize it, right? Regular, real, authentic, truthful, eternal, unconditional love doesn't have any demands. It doesn't make demands on people. It doesn't have expectations. It doesn't place limitations or conditions. The straight up fact is, we may be connected to spirit, we may be awake, but we are fallible, and we all make mistakes, and we all make poor choices. And so no one is above another. She is not out of his league. If he continues to act like an idiot, he's making that be so. But she's not out of his league. He's beating himself up and not forgiving himself and shutting his heart down in the process. So Spirit is saying, open your heart. There's an opportunity for every single person on this world, on this planet, to experience deep, beautiful love if they're willing to allow it to come to them. It can come in, but only if you allow it to come in. Now, okay, but I trusted that. Well, let's go back. Show me your friends. I'll show you who you are. I don't want to meet a guy in a bar. I met the love of my life in a bar. I don't want to meet a guy in a bar. That's not my atmosphere. That's not my scene. I saw in my dreams, and I went to my spiritual twin, was that hooker in this bed? I don't pay her for sex. She's just part of the scene I'm in. Well, you need to change the scene you're in to be around me. I don't want that scene, right? So if you have chosen someone and they have hurt your heart, if they've lied to you, if they've taken you, you're in the wrong scene. You're choosing from the cesspool. Choose from a spiritual group of people. Choose for somebody who shows you the truth of who they are. Somebody who puts their money where their mouth is. Somebody who doesn't live off of other people. Somebody who's not a liar. Somebody who is honest about who they are. You know what? Maybe they'll say the wrong things sometimes. Maybe they'll hurt your feelings, but they're honest. Right? You don't need this smooth operator. He's a smooth operator. Right? I don't want a smooth operator. I don't want that wolf with the white fur that professes to be this religious person who doesn't know how to walk his walk or talk his talk. I don't want that. I want the dusty wolf. I want the timber wolf who's honest, right? Open up your heart to the ones that are worth open up your heart to. It will change your perception. It will change your ideas. It will change everything about your life. It's going to give you the strength to endure. Remember the song about Ed Sheeran? I love him. Ed Sheeran's song where he says, he walks into a party with that girl, and then he says, I don't feel like we belong here, right? And she says, forget about them. I want to dance with you. We belong anywhere we want to be, right? Let's dance with me. And he says, I felt sorry, and I said, let's go. We don't belong here. And he says, but I feel good. I decided, you know what? I can dance. I can dance. Like I went to the beer and wine garden. I wanted to dance. I didn't want to associate with the people, but I wanted to dance. You got to be careful of the environment though, right? About what's going on around you. But the message was, I feel I can deal with the bad guys when I'm with my baby. It makes hardships more endurable. That's what this is telling you. So Spirit says, take a moment, open your heart, allow the love in that will bring you joy, peace, kindness, understanding. Renew your energy. It brings you serenity, and it will bring you passion, the bliss like you've never experienced. That's what real love is. You're not going to make a mistake. Not if you're choosing from the right place, right? Who was that? That was that for the Moldavite people? Gosh, I don't know who it was for, you guys. I'm sorry. So I'm going to do this. If it was for one other than the Moldavite, I said that I don't choose, no, I didn't choose the Moldavite, right? Did we start with the Beswick Kitten? I don't know who we started with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Moldavite to the side, okay? And I'm going to now choose the Beswick Kitten, playing the guitar. And if that was already chosen, I'll reverse it. Whatever it was, whatever that one is, reverse it with the one that follows. You know what I mean? If you say, no, Sherry, you chose the wolf first, well, then this is that I'm swapping them, okay? So we're going to choose the Beswick Kitten. Sorry about that. Correct for neutrality on all levels. We're going to go to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We're not going there because it's tarot. We're going there because I like the pictures, okay? I read pictures. I can read rocks. I can read trees. I can read clouds. So can you, right? That wolf does not, that wolf pack there does not want to load. Does not want to load. So it may not be in alignment anymore. That situation may not be there. That white wolf coming after the two, it may not be the case anymore. Well, it isn't, because I've cut cords to it, right? So I don't have that white wolf who's pretending to be a spiritual teacher. And I just got a message about who that white wolf is. That white wolf is Indian. That white wolf is an Indian. And they profess to be a spiritual teacher, and they're not. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Beswick Kitten playing the guitar, and I do because my Mama Sherry gave it to me. Embrace. So you got the world in front of you, and the message is to embrace it. I surrender, right? I've got the divine masculine behind me. Inside of my heart is on fire. My heart is on fire. And look at the number, 21. 21 means you've graduated from something. You got the whole world in front of you. So some phase of your life has ended. Song right now, I've been stumbling out of bars, falling out of cars. I love every subliminal thing about you. I've been stumbling out of bars. Well, that's not somebody that I want, right? That's somebody connected to me. I already know that. Jonas Brothers. A brother. We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me. Remember the video I put up of the two doves? And I said, who is my dove? Show me my true dove. We changed the weather. I'm feeling heat in December when you're around. I've been dancing on top of cars, stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark. I can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. Baby, you know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you. You say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Any road you take, you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you. You're making the typical me break my typical rules. Now, what's interesting is, why do people not know the subliminal things? Why are they hidden? And why would you break your typical rules unless this is in a positive way? I don't want anyone who's stumbling out of a bar, right? So that's a lesson learned. You're graduated. You've grown from that. Graduation time, right? This could be world travel. This could be, because this is the world, you're moving forward. This could be you're embracing something new. Your whole crown is on fire at this time. And you've got the tree of life in front of you. And you're welcoming. I'm welcoming. What's next for me, right? The universe, which is our Heavenly Father, smiles down upon you. This is about clarifying what it is that you want in your heart. Getting clear with what it is that you want. Speaking this world is blue. The color of blue, color of Archangel Michael, which is your truth. Speak your truth. What is on your heart? What is the burning desire in your heart? You're in the position right now where you can achieve your heart's desires. You have the ability to do so. Why is your heart is on fire? What is it on fire for? Who is it on fire for? Don't resist this. You are surrendering, right? You're allowing things to fall into place. You're drawing to you what is in your highest good. And this is allowing the proper relationship to come into alignment with your life. So how do we do this? We open our heart. We keep our heart open for what is in our highest good. Father, please guide my steps so I walk in the light. Guide my steps so I stay on my spiritually illuminated path. Be aware of the messages that come to you. Be aware of the signs that come. Be aware of the way God shows up in your life throughout the day. Be grateful. Acknowledge the blessings that you have. Thank you for another day of life. Thank you for being my protector. Thank you for showing me what I need to hear and see and feel. Thank you for bringing me the right people into my life. And when I ask for protection, thank you for protecting me. And thank you for lending your son, Archangel Michael, to help protect me. And thank you for helping me recognize that when I ask for protection and I see people falling out of my life, that's why. If I lose a job, if someone breaks up with me, that's someone falling out of my life. Now, I've asked for protection and that's what happens. I'm not going to go chasing that. I'm not going to go after that. That's out of my life for a reason, right? Now, if that person recognizes and thinks, oh my God, I've lost what I want, right? What I have desired. That beautiful white horse is leaving. That beautiful white dove is leaving. But I'm in a mud pool. I need to get out, wash myself off, ask for help from the Father, and I need to go after that white horse. All right, woo, right when I said that, my headset was charged. Right then. So now we go to the fox. I love the fox. I choose the fox. Isn't this cute? I thought they were bookends at first. Twins, but they don't look alike. How can they be twins? They are. They're bookends. Your twin is very, very different than you, and yet very alike. They're both animals. They're both dogs. They're both loyal, right? This is a lone wolf. This is more of a trickster. Interesting. Maybe this is the female. Maybe this one, camouflaging themselves, is the trickster. I don't know. Ooh, look what I did. I put them down in reverse because now the wolf is following the fox. That's the way it's supposed to go in my world. All right, so we're gonna go now. It's quite warm. I've got my air conditioner on like 62 degrees and it's hot because it's California summer and it's ridiculous. It's raining in Wisconsin. I can't wait to go back. I have to tell you guys something else while I'm choosing the deck that we go to next. One of my other clients, his name is Joey. He's super cool. He lives in South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina, and he sends me. He's all about animal messengers like me. He's great. He works with them. They come to him all the time now. So when anything makes itself very apparent to him, he always shares it with me. So this morning he sends me a video and a picture, and he shows me the snake crossing the highway, and I thought, oh shoot, did he squish it? And then he showed me this. A don't know if you can see the rain on the water. I hope you can see it. Can you? That's what I'm going back to. That's what Wisconsin looks like. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's raining. It's beautiful. And then he says that he saw that snake crossing the highway and he didn't want it to get squished. So he took it. Where are you, Joey? He took it. It stopped on the highway, so I got him off the highway. I don't like animals on the road. I don't want to hit them if I can. Sometimes we don't have a choice. But if I can, I'd rather stop and let him get off onto the road. He says, sometimes I'll even stop for a butterfly. He's so amazing. So, now that's funny. Sometimes I'll even stop for a butterfly. So what's interesting to me is, remember I told you that the butterfly is the guillotine? And sometimes, you know, people look at a snake and they think a snake in the grass. The snake is actually healing and transformation. So he took that snake and he put him in the bush when he went to Charlie Elliott State Park, if anybody knows that area. So sometimes something can look like a snake, right? That's a snake. But that was actually not a dangerous snake. That was actually a snake that probably helps gardens, like gopher snakes or certain snakes that you have, right? And then a butterfly. So what he said was, sometimes I'll even stop for a butterfly. Because remember, the butterfly was the guillotine. Butterfly presented itself as beautiful white wolf or as a beautiful blue butterfly. But that wasn't who it was. They were pretending to be that one. They weren't. They were actually the real snake, while the one that was presented as a snake was actually the real butterfly. Yes, I got my message loud and clear. So we're going to go to angels, gods, and goddesses. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm hungry. I don't think I've had breakfast. Hold on. Need some grapes. I'm starving. Oh my God. Okay. For those that chose, wow. I just heard something in my head. Remember that wolf that was coming and attacking the other two? And I put these back down looking at like that. I said Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman in my head. Song right now was a song my twin sang to me. What would I do? Got my head underwater, but I'm breathing fine. What would I do without your smart mouth? What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride. And I'm so dizzy. Don't know what hit me. I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. All of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it all, though it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. All of me, and you give me all of you. Okay, the reason I sang that whole song was I was literally being channeled. Holy shit kicker. See that crow that went right by the window? I don't know if you guys can see that. That was crazy. I was getting messages from Spirit the whole time I was shuffling. That crow came flying right at my window and then swerved out because the crow is dive bombing the Red Hawk. Okay. They can come in songs as well, right? Dark energy can come in songs as well. Now, what we're going to do is the fox. And I heard Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman. Okay? Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman, the camouflager, the trickster. And then this wolf is sniffing around after that one. But then it goes this way. And all of a sudden, the fox is sniffing around after the wolf. What did I say about these ones being twins? They look alike. They don't look alike, but they're twins. How is that possible? Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman. I see justice, and the first one we got was someone's not revealing the truth of a situation. So 2 more shuffles. There's a reason they switched sides. They switched sides. The Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman and the wolf switched sides. They switched sides. Are they a team? No, I heard no, they're not a team. They switched sides. Correct for neutrality on Oliver's. For those who chose the Foxy, Whiskered Gentleman, how interesting. I didn't realize it was a gentleman. Song right now, you fooled us. Enough is enough. What about us? Angel of Families. The angels surround both you and your family at this moment. There's a lot of emotional turmoil going on in this family at this moment. The fox and the wolf. The fox and the wolf. They switch sides. The fox and the wolf. That's an Aesop tale. The Wolf and the Fox. It's by the brothers Grimm. No surprise in that. The fox, being the weaker of the two, is forced to do all the hard work for the wolf. One day the wolf makes the fox get him something to eat. And the fox says he knows where there are a couple of lambs. The fox steals a lamb for the wolf, but not content with just one, the wolf goes back for the other, where he is caught by the farmer's men and severely beaten. The next day the wolf again makes the fox get him some food. The fox says he knows of a farm where a woman is baking pancakes and steals some for the wolf. Wanting more, the wolf goes to the farm, but causes such a commotion that the woman her attention is shown to this and again is severely beaten. Sometime later, the wolf again makes the fox get the food. The fox says he knows of a farmer's cellar where the meat is being stored and leads the wolf to the cellar. The wolf gobbles up the meat while the fox also takes some but keeps checking to make sure he can still get out the way he came in. The fox's constant scurrying gets the attention of the farmer, who goes to investigate. The fox is able to escape, but the wolf has eaten so much that he can't get out and is eventually caught and killed by the farmer. The fox and the wolf are not on each other's team. The fox is a trickster. The fox is camouflaging. The fox, who has been forced to work for the wolf, gets away, but the wolf does not. Wow. Grimm brothers. Healing in your family. There's a great wave. See that circle? When the great wave comes, go to the mountain. The mountain is our Father. The mountain is your moral code. The mountain is whoever it is that is your rock. The mountain is who is loyal, who is rock solid, who's there for you. So right now, there's issues. Song right now. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need you. I need you. I need you right now. I need you right now. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. I know it's in my head. But I hope you'll be here when I need you the most. Don't let me down. So that's someone calling to their lover. But first you need to call to Spirit and our Father. And they say, don't worry about your family or their loved ones. It's going to work out well. It's going to be okay. Whatever you've been worried about. Spirit wants you to feel the energetic love that is surrounding you and your family and this situation. It's going to work out. You don't have to be afraid. You're calling out. You're calling out. Don't let me down. They're not going to let you down. Surrender your worries, your fears, everything to the Father. Surrender. The Father wants you to come and bow down. Not so that he can beat you like that wolf was beaten, but so that he can help you. You've done the job. You've done the work that you were supposed to do. You mastered the dragon within you. You've done that. Surrender, bow down, so I can help you. And the Father said to the one that never would come forward, he would not come. Finally, he comes and throws himself at the feet of his Father. And he's a 5-year-old child. I see him lying there. And the Father goes and he feels he's going to be beaten. He feels he's going to be punished because the Father found out about me, found me hiding in his house. But the Father and I both were watching this one from a distance, watching him struggle. And finally, he came to his Father and he bowed down and the Father picked him up in his arms. And he was just like a little boy. He fell against his Father's chest and the Father said, don't you know, all I wanted was for you to be happy. I just want your happiness. And he carried him close and he put the boy's head on his chest. And we walked into our Father's house where he finally was able to finally rest and finally be at peace. Song right now, I need you right now. So make sure you're calling out to the right place. Call out to your Father. And maybe, and perhaps for you, you have a Father that you need to call to. Is there a Father? Surrender your fears for anyone, family member, loved one. I'm surrendering my fears. I'm giving the one that I know is so tired over to Spirit. The situation is being healed. It is being transformed right now. It is. Trust it. So close your eyes. First of all, look at that visual. See that wave, that great wave. When the great wave comes, go to the mountain. Where's the mountain for you? I saw Washington. I saw Mount St. Helens, which is a volcano that blew their top, right? So I do that sometimes, right? And what do we say? We fill ourselves, we ask our Father to fill us with unconditional love. And as it fills our body, it goes all the way through up. It shoots out the top like a volcano. Maybe somebody acted like that. Somebody blew their top, right? Maybe somebody lost their temper. They were upset. They were whatever. But you're being told to go to the mountain. I saw Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens. Go to your Father. Visualize this love, this light, this healing going around you. Visualize all of that healing energy going into your heart, into your third eye, into your crown, to your eyes, into the hearts of the loved ones, into the hearts of everyone involved, that love and healing. And allow it to fill you and each and every member of your family, everyone, so that it starts vibrating and emanating from, and it's healing them within. It's healing all of them as well as yourself. And feel the love that comes back now from them to you. Feel that energy. This is beautiful. I freaking love this. This is beautiful. And it's interesting. This is written by Tony Carmine Salerno. Tony, which is like a freaking mob boss, right? The one who was in the horse. How interesting. Trojan horse. Tony was in the Trojan horse. Yeah, the Trojan horse. They put some men inside of that horse in order to get you. It's like a Trojan virus, right? They put a virus into something to connect to you energetically. They wouldn't be able to get into that city, the city of Troy. They wouldn't be able to get into that city if they didn't go in disguised as something else. That mob boss went in disguised as something else, and they were able to invade Troy's city, the city of Troy. That Tony, he's an alcoholic, from what I've watched, and he's Indian. He's got brown eyes, and he pretends to be spiritually aware. He pretended to be the butterfly. So that's the end of that message. So now we go to the wily. Now you turned into a wily coyote? I just heard wily coyote. You look like a timber wolf, but I suppose you could be a coyote. Look at it. What do you think? Timber wolf. This is a timber wolf that was acting like a coyote, a trickster, a Heyoka. This is a wolf who is not friends with the fox. This wolf was acting like a coyote. The Heyoka is one of the most powerful empaths. The sacred fool. Let them think that you're a fool. It's the Joker, right? The medicine for chaos that is seen in the eyes of the Heyoka. One is able to see a mirror of truth, and if humble enough to see their self as they truly are, the Heyoka fools you into seeing what you've done, fools you into doing what you should have done all along. It's the strongest of empaths. The Heyoka. They're the ones that they have a gift of being able to understand the emotional state of another person. They are the sacred fool. They don't mind allowing themselves to look like the fool. When you meet one, they are a mirror to you. They act as an emotional mirror. What they see in you, they show you what you need to work on to grow, to evolve. And when you are around one, they may make you angry. They make you angry, or you might feel deep, deep love. The Heyoka is my spiritual twin. And I was probably a Heyoka to my spiritual twin as well. It's an emotional mirror. It irritates you and leaves you frustrated because they uncover what needs to be healed, right? And it's also showing you what you need, that you need to be humble. They may fill you with a sense of love, a feeling of love. And they're trying to show you how important it is to love yourself. They're very powerful. They're trying to teach you how to open your eyes and teach you if you are actually truly tuned in to your highest self. What's interesting about the Heyoka empath is there certain traits that are common. Being breached when you're born backwards. Developing slower than normal people. It's being dyslexic. I'm dyslexic often. Being emotionally unpredictable. Doing things backwards. Oh, I could tell you a story. They think outside of the box. They appear younger than their age. They never claim to be a Heyoka. It's funny, the Heyoka, because a Heyoka is humble. I hear often people saying, I am a Heyoka, right? But they aren't, because they haven't learned to be humble. They carry knowledge inside of them. It's sacred knowledge. It's inside. They have it naturally. They're very private. You feel their energy. I know who is a Heyoka in my life. They're very sensitive to other people's energy. And they can see how things are going to play out. They're very respected. They open your eyes to new possibilities. They open your eyes to seeing a different perspective of a situation, right? They're able to do what my son was able to do. Now, what's interesting is he didn't tell other people this, but he told me. I've done it too, and we all have the ability to do this, but they're able to go in and shift the energy without saying a word, by connecting. And how do they connect? They don't do it by witchcraft. They connect it to their heart. They send love. They vibrate a loving energy frequency in order to shift. It's a really cool thing to see happen, to watch happen, and to be able to do that, to be able to change what somebody thought of you and the energy of something from something negative to something positive. It's beautiful. So we have a timber wolf. And so for those who chose the timber wolf, and I did, we choose, really? I just heard animal tarot. So I guess because it's my animals, I don't even have it out on my deck. So you know that I don't work with tarot cards. I don't do, and I'm not a tarot reader. But I got this deck because of the animals, and I like to read the pictures. So there's the king listening to the little bird out of the lion's den. Remember, Daniel was saved? How was Daniel saved in the lion's den? They threw him into the lion's den. That lion would have eaten him, right? But there was an angel walking. There were angels walking around protecting him. Angels protecting him from the lion. Correct for neutrality. The man-eater, I just heard in my head. The man-eater. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the crafty wolf, the trickster, the Heyoka. Woo. I like that. It goes around and around. I'm watching them go around and around. They take turns. I like that. One's a Heyoka. Oh, I like it a lot. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Foxy, Whiskered gentleman. My mom always wanted, well, she died, but she wanted me to have a wedding with Beatrix Potter. See, Beatrix Potter, they have all of these Beswick figurines made. This is a Beswick figurine. And Beatrix Potter is, the tales of Beatrix Potter. Foxy, Whiskered gentleman was one, and his bride. And she said, wouldn't it be so adorable to have Foxy, Whiskered gentleman? And she bought them for my son. I think that they put them on their wedding cake. Ooh, message. My mother wanted the fox. My mother wanted it, right? I don't know that they wanted it. She wanted it. So that's why I heard Foxy, Whiskered gentleman. But at first, I aligned with the fox. But I'm not very good at the art of camouflage, and I'm not a trickster. So I guess that's not who I am, right? Ooh. Okay, three fell out. I need one, Father. Woo. God, they're jumping. Come on. Wow. So, two are face up. I'll show you so that you know that I'm not lying, even though I never lie. That one and that one. Okay, so we're going to take those two. So, for those who chose the Heyoka, where am I going to put all these cards? Princess of Winter. So you see Jonathan Livingston Seagull flying free. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching intellectual solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So this one's wearing a crown, right? So first message to me is Seagull Totem, because they will give you a specific message. I'm not reading this according to the deck. I'm reading this according to this. So Jonathan Livingston Seagull says, it's time to vocalize your thoughts, words, or intentions. Speak up. Okay? Speak up. Remember what I said? Sometimes the mountain is someone who speak. Maybe you'll say something and it won't come out maybe necessarily the right way, but it's the truth. This is blue. This is speaking your truth. This is also coming out of the clouds about something, right? Emerging out of the clouds. It's cloudy here, but I'm seeing in the light here. I'm speaking my truth. Make the most of what you have right now and let go of everything else. Don't be scrambling. They're also saying it's time to take a different perspective on things. You can see things from a higher perspective when you're up there, right? Step back away from everything that you're currently dealing with right now. Everything. You're meant to step back at this moment because your solution lies in changing your attitude about the problem. You're not looking at things in the right way. You're being asked to do something in a different way. You need to look above the drama, see through the boundaries that you have put up, because sometimes we put boundaries up to protect ourselves. There's a clue in the resources that you have. It's a long hidden clue. What could that be? In contrast, they're also telling you that there are a lot of things in your life that need to be redefined. Wow. Reassigned. I wonder if you go, I can't zoom it in. If you, right now, if you can see right through here, snap a picture of the screen if you're looking on your cell phone and then pull it through and zoom it in, because there is a bright blue spot floating in the sky. It's bright blue, which is Archangel Michael standing there, which is Archangel Michael's color of truth. Speak your truth is the message. Through the trees, I see a blue eye. Through the trees, I see a blue eye looking back at me. That eye speaks the truth. That eye sees the truth. That eye sees the truth. Not necessarily does it speak the truth. It sees the truth. So sort through the clutter. Let go of what you can't use at this moment. There's a lot of things that need to be put in order. Things around you might feel like unproductive or barren at the moment, but in the most unlikely of places, you're going to find something like that blue eye staring at me, floating in the sky, right across from me, right? Archangel Michael is proceeding, and he is handling. I got prickles now in my hands. Archangel Michael, does somebody have a cousin named Michael? Archangel Michael is working. He's got things in hand in that family tree. There's an unlikely place where there are resources for you. You're in the place that you're in for a reason. There's a reason you're there. There's a reason that you're there now. Stay optimistic. You're going to understand what is about to come, the opportunity. You're going to understand what it is shortly. But when it does come, you need to trust your instincts. You need to trust your instincts and follow how it feels. Okay? You've got the ability to soar above things. Right now, Spirit's wanting you to choose an alternative from what you have had in front of you. This is about using life before life uses you. Wow. Remember the wolf and the fox? Somebody using another? Are you the action or the reaction? Always want to be the action. You take action. Don't be the reaction. Don't wait to be the reaction. You take action. We're getting extra emphasis on this one right now. What you see here are lovebirds. I had lovebirds on my porch yesterday. My battery's running low. I need to recharge, which is the truth. So this is about falling in love. Lovebirds stick together. They will mourn for one another when they're not in each other's presence. They don't do well when they're not in one another's presence. So it talks about a deepening of emotion or a falling in love, a deepening of emotion in the relationship that you're in. This talks about marriages. This talks about romantic partnerships. People that are in distress at this time, this is about choosing your perspective, right? Changing your alternatives. Speaking your truth. That blue eye is watching me from the forest. I see it. This is going to be the best day of your life, Spirit says. This relationship has grown stronger. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the world came crashing in. I howled at the moon with trickster friends. Epiphanies started happening. Don't wake me now. This is going to be the best day of my life. Epiphanies. All of a sudden, lights are going on. Blue eyes are flashing. This talks about if there has been a problem in a relationship, it can be saved. It can be worked out. This is about not giving up. Marriages or romantic partnerships. This is about when they show up, the love is there. The love is there. And so Spirit is saying, look at things from a different perspective. Are you going to be the action or the reaction? Right? What are you going to do? This is time to vocalize your thoughts and your intentions. This is a time to speak up And yet, and not be sneaking, peeking, following. Use life before it uses you. Be the action. You're meant to speak your truth. That's what you're meant to do. And even if the words don't come out right, that's okay, because Archangel Michael's working with you. Ask Archangel Michael to help guide your words so that they come out in the appropriate way. Ask for help in surrendering whatever these issues are so that the problems can be healed. These ones mate for life. Once they've found one another, they are sold on each other. They don't want any other. I'm rhyming, you guys. Once they mate, they find each other, they're sold on each other, they don't want any other. Whether they're in a flight or whatever, they are bonded. So when they're not flying or doing something, they're found right next to one another. They want to be in each other's presence. They want to be together. It also talks about exchanging gifts. That was one of the messages that I got this morning from my client. It was the most beautiful message. I said, what is it that she's supposed to do? And the message was exchange gifts. And the card that she got was the card that we got when we did our weekly reading outside at the river. It was the one of the man who found the pearl, that rare pearl that he'd been looking his whole life to find. And he put that pearl through one test after another, thinking it can't be real. It can't be this precious. He bit on it, bit into it, scratched, didn't scratch. No. He slept with it under his bed every single night. Didn't know, what am I supposed to do? I don't know if I can trust this pearl. What can I do? Could this be the pearl that I've been looking for my entire life? And Spirit says, yes, it is. Stop testing the one that you love. Stop testing Spirit. You've asked for something and they've brought it to you. It's time to look at things from a different perspective. It's time to step away from the people you've been associating with and not listen to the lies that have been perpetuated. It's time to recognize the pearl that you're holding in your hand. It's time to express yourself. That is your gift, because the pearl that you hold in your hand is the greatest gift that you've ever asked for. It's going to be the last card that I find. I don't know where it is. I wish I could show it to you guys right now. It's a beautiful picture. So the song right now, boy, when are you ever going to get tired of trying to fill that void, right? Trying to fill that void with what? Alcohol, sex, work, whatever it is. It's not filling the void. The only thing that's going to fill that void is speaking your truth, expressing your truth, and accepting the fact that you asked for a pearl and you were given a pearl. It may have imperfections, but it's a real pearl. It's the one for you. Don't push it away. Don't push away what your soul's been longing for. It's been handed to you on a silver platter, right? So this thing about these ones is they can't survive long without another. Do you know that they'll die in captivity if they're not with the one that they love? It's very sad. They are absolutely, mutually, deeply in love and committed to one another. Beautiful, beautiful message. Beautiful, beautiful message. Now, the Prince of Winter, maybe the Prince of Winter is going to come. And he's going to, the Prince of Winter, you think about winter, cold emotions, right? Somebody who's not used to expressing their emotions. And so maybe that's why he hasn't come forward, because I'm not good at expressing my emotions. Remember my client's boyfriend? Well, he doesn't want to call himself her boyfriend because he's afraid that she's not the real pearl, which she is. He knows she is. His fear is just telling him otherwise. And so are the other manipulating ones, the tricksters. The ones that are pretending to be the butterfly, which are actually the snake in the grass. It's really sad, because how does it feel when you're with that person? When you're with that person, do you feel bad? Do you feel good? You should trust your feelings over what other people are telling you, right? So you've been given a solution to this problem, and the solution is to speak your truth. Come out of that forest and speak your truth. And when this one does come out, and if they're not able to speak in a very smooth manner, compassion is needed, right? Because it's not how the message is delivered, it's the message that's coming that needs to be understood. So it may come across in a harsh way. Maybe they're frustrated, maybe they're embarrassed, maybe, I don't know why. I just saw a giant vulture fly by, which is death, transformation, and rebirth. So reborn, right, in a new way. Hopefully you'll come forward in a positive way. Take away your things and go. You can't take back what you said. I've heard it all before, 1,000,000 times. I'm not one to forget. I don't believe you. You left me in pieces. So hard to breathe. I'm on my knees right now. I'm so sick of that same old love. I'm so sick of that same old love. Body's had enough. Oh. So I'm so sick of that same old love, that shit that tears you up. I'm so sick of that same old love. What you call love, it's not love. So maybe that's why you don't want to come forward, right? You've hurt someone, you've left them in pieces, and they have the right to say that to you. And so now it's time to come from a different perspective. It's time to come from a place of compassion. Find your compassion and speak in kind words if you have wounded someone, if you have hurt someone. Sometimes this one speaks and they don't mean to hurt. They don't mean to be unkind. And if they've hurt your feelings, they're very apologetic. That's honesty, right? I'm sorry. I didn't know that hurt you. I'm sorry that I said that. Would you forgive me? I take that back. I wish that I could take that back. Obviously you can't take back what's been done, but maybe there's a new understanding to situation because we're trying to look at things from a different perspective, right? This one is brilliant, has great ideas, may not speak in the kindest of ways, might have come across harshly, but does say sorry when they understand. So if you can look past the lack of compassion it was delivered with, or the lack of skills as far as communication, this one can actually help you. So you may not like something that you get. You may not like a message that you're hearing. You may not like that person because that person is pushing my buttons. Why is that person pushing your buttons? Because that person's a Heyoka. That person's pushing you to look at something about yourself that you don't want to see. Seagulls are very smart. They learn. And they pass on behavior, learned behavior. They spend a lot of time in the air over the water. So intellect, thoughts, right? So the water is emotion, and they're flying above their emotional waters. So they're a little bit more removed from their emotions, like that guy. That's how they've learned to protect themselves. So they're very logical. This one may come across as a lawyer, a police officer, a counselor, somebody who tells the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. So we have to learn to try and be a bit more compassionate, but we're meant to listen to this message at this time. This person looks at things in a more cerebral way. Logical. This person is logical, not emotional, and maybe they have hurt. So I'm thinking about the father. I'm afraid to go back to my father. Shit's hit the fan, it's all fallen apart. Your father loves you. The father said what was true. Your father may not have said it he may have said it in an undiplomatic way, but he was logical and he was truthful. Oh, I love this song. Here it is. This is how we're ending the reading. Because I don't care. I'm at a party I don't want to be at, and I don't ever wear a suit and tie, wondering if I could sneak out the back. No one's even looking me in the eye. Then you take my hand. Finish my drink. Shall we dance? She says. Hell yeah. You know I love you. Did I ever tell you? You make it better like that. Don't think I fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. I always feel like I'm a nobody who wants to fit in anyway. Because I don't care when I'm with my baby. All the bad things disappear. And you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. And I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere. And you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. And I can deal with the bad nights and the bad guys when I'm with my baby. We're at a party we don't want to be at. We're trying to talk, but we can't hear ourselves. Read your lips, I'd rather kiss them right back. With all of these people around, I'm crippled with anxiety, but I'm told it's where I'm supposed to be. You know what? It's kind of crazy because I really don't mind, and you make it better like that. Don't think we fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. When we walked in, I said I'm sorry, but now I think maybe we should stay. Because I don't care when I'm with my baby. All the bad things disappear. Yeah, you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody and I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, because I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere, and you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. I don't like nobody but you. It's like you're the only one here. I don't like nobody but you, baby, and I don't care. I don't like anybody but you. I hate everyone here. I don't like anyone but you. Because I don't care when I'm with my baby. All the bad things disappear, and you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. Maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. Because I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere. And you're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I'm loved by somebody. So that I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. What was the message about opening up your heart? Right? Not being afraid. Opening up your heart and recognizing that that pearl was the one that you asked for. And it's right there. And when you let love in, it's not going to stop all the bad nights. It's not going to stop the anxiety. It's not going to stop all of the worries. But it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier if you've got somebody to share it with and somebody that's got your back. Right? I love it. For anyone who would like help with a private reading, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. They whisper because they want you to pay attention. They don't go around screaming from a pulpit. They whisper. They want you to pay attention to where they're talking to you. I would be honored. Namaste. May the divine within me be also with you. Namaste.